When was your official first day here? Do you remember?
May 3rd of 1976. When I hired on here at Stowers Machinery, started in the parts department warehouse for a year, graduated there to the parts counter for a year, and then got interviewed as a sales coordinator was the position at that time. Interviewed for HIT, got the job. That was 77, 78. I've been in that same position for 48 of my 50 years. Now titles changed, sales coordinator, sales something, to finally sales administration manager. And over the years I've interviewed for a sales position, and this job I had was like an entry level. It's like a stepping stone to learn the product and maybe develop on into a salesman and the knowledge of the product and be able to go on. When the 48 years, a lot of things change. Programs, inventory levels, product knowledge, and it kept growing and growing and growing, where all of a sudden it was a fixture job, for lack of better words, instead of a stepping stone job. It became a very, very valuable job, and it wasn't an entry-level job anymore. And it's just amazing, 50 years of knowledge, how it's grown and progressed to be able to stay where I'm at that long. And so you start looking at it, and this company, 50 years in the same desk, is incredible. The parts knowledge was big, to learn knowledge and then work on the parts counter. So you're building a customer relationship with a lot of these guys so they know who you are. Thinking back, like some greatest accomplishments over 50 years, infinity is the first word I think of. But relationships, customer satisfaction is tremendous. I strive on trying to take care of the customer. I get several requests from customers, external and internal. You know, Eddie, I need a bucket, I need something. It's to help them solve that problem. Over 50 years, one of the greatest accomplishments is my relationships with other Caterpillar dealers. It comes to me, Eddie, we need to find a D8. I can call my friends at these other dealerships, and without a doubt, I feel they'll stop what they're doing and answer my response of, hey, I can help or can't help. You can't put a dollar value on that because they will look.
Tell us a little bit more about your time in the Stowers Softball League and some of your fond memories.
Wow. So going through our trophies, some fond memories of our internal outside recreation, I guess. Stowers Machinery for an industrial league team, so you had to play for the team and work for the same place. We won state tournaments, we won the city leagues forever. Those were just fond memories, to be on such a competitive softball team. It wasn't just rec. It was a big deal. I mean, there's newspaper articles about how well this team performed, trophies galore. We've been going through a trophy case that we had here, and there's 20-something trophies that the team acquired over the years, dating back to 1975.
How has that been from the 70s to now, like watching? Well, I don't know how there was many technological advances.
Yeah, there wasn't. It's funny, and I think I still have it. I might have took it home. These dealer magazines that we used to do, and I think Kat did them. Well, they came down and interviewed me. My computer was one of those great old big white terminal boxes, and I'm sitting there with my long hair and working on my terminal. So that big thing is condensed to, that's the big white box today.
Who would you say has been the mentor for you that you've looked up to the most?
My family. My dad worked in the construction industry. So my junior year, senior year, I worked for Deer Cap Paving on the grade crew. So moving dirt and digging rocks, other than my sandbox when I was a little tiny kid with Tonka toys or something, you know. So I kind of had family knowledge, because that's all my dad ever did was work in the construction business. So that's all I knew, is how to move dirt. But I didn't realize that how big a teaching moment that was. So my dad was a big mentor, and Carl Howard was our used equipment manager when I came into the sales department. And he was a big mentor. I mean, he just kind of took me under his wing, showing me product knowledge and how to talk to customers a little bit, and just one of my mentors with Carl was just treat people like you want to be treated. It's pretty simple. I mean, if you go with that aspect, you're on the good side and not having to chase something. If you just treat people like you want to be treated, and there'll be a good outcome. Good or bad, you don't get them all, but you didn't burn any bridges at the end of the day.
What advice would you give to someone just starting their career here today?
So looking back on my 50-year career, advice to the new guy, it's pretty easy. Come to work on time, show up, do your job, but pay attention to the future. Here I am, a 50-year person. It's hard to think when you're a 20-year-old what you're going to do when you're 70, but you need to have that, take the blinders off and look this way. I know it's hard to think about that when you got grocery bills, kids, and stuff like that, but you really need to think about 70, because I'm telling you, I'm 70, 50 years, it seemed like it was yesterday. It's the whirlwind trip, and it's just scary that it's here.
What will you miss most about coming to work each day?
So what will I miss the most? So I got two families. The customer families are really big. Those were people who just made my life really easy dealing with customers. Because if we're busy and our customers are busy, the world's going around. It just feels good to be part of that carousel. But it's the internal customers, my friends. That's my family. For 50 years, we've buried people, we've had babies, Christmas parties, events. It's my life. Yes, and it's scary to know this Thursday I'll be walking out the door as an employee, but still the door's going to be open for me to come back for all my friends that are here. Just my family. And I say friends, but it's friends and family. And gosh, it's just, that's the biggest thing I'll miss. I think I can handle it. But this would be a question too you might want to ask in about 90 days. You say, oh, Lordy, no, geez, I made a mistake. Can I come back?
We know you were super involved in the Stowers Christmas parties back in the day and a little bit recently. Could you tell us a little bit more about the parties, both past and present, and your favorite memories of those?
So, Stowers Christmas parties, I think I've been to about 50 of them. And over that 50-year career, during some slow times, a lot of employees would get together and we'd have our own Christmas party, Stowers Christmas party, and it was just gathering of friends. We'd rent a little room somewhere or another and get together. But it just goes back to friendship. So that was a big deal. Becky Cox used to do our bingo. And she did it, for, as far as I know, forever. And then they asked me if I'd be interested in doing bingo. I thought, well, sure, it'd be all right. I'm there. I enjoy it. I sit down on the bingo things. The bingo thing was once I got a hold of it, such a big event at the Christmas parties. It just, the crowd grew and grew, and I don't know that it was me, because I'm not an entertainer by no means. We just communicated, talked, and it turned into be standing room only at that point. So I used to compete with the band, and that'd be a separate room and make certain it's soundproofed. I wanted to talk over the band. So the bingo was a big thing to me at the Christmas party, let alone all the other events that we did during the Christmas party, entertainment, that was very big. But for me, I guess I'm Bingo Eddie or whatever it might be. I just take pride in having my arms around the bingo games for, 20 plus years of my 50, roughly. I don't know exactly when I started, but a long time. I just enjoyed once it started, how many gifts do you need? Just no more than it was. There was, once again, arranging a Christmas party. So my wife used to be marketing, and she was Jim Campbell's secretary. And it was crazy. So knew Jim Campbell forever and would help someone on the Christmas party because by doing softball and mingling, I knew my job mingles a whole lot. I knew people. Eddie, what do you think about this? So I was kind of not on the committee, but Jim and I would sit and talk, and he'd just ask for advice because that's what he did. And she worked for him. We started dating while she was here. We were just in the lunchroom one day, and something come about a movie or something. I said, well, let's go to the movie. I didn't know. No idea. I said her name was Angie. And we decided to go out, and we went out a time or two and hit it off pretty good. We dated for 7 years, Angie and I did, and then we got married, so 32. So we've been together almost 40 years, but we've been married a little over 30 at that point. So She got to be my soulmate to put up with me that long. But you just don't never know who your soulmate could be or something. And
As you look ahead to retirement, what are you most excited about next?
so looking forward to retirement. So this Thursday, my last day. Can't wait. The biggest statement that come out of all these interviews with all these retirees, I wish I'd done it sooner. Sometimes sooner is sooner. And once I picked that, the decision's been real easy that sooner is better for me. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow, but looking forward to it. My biggest decision is my little grandson. I do stuff. I stay very active. I play competitive softball. We do basketball. I mow grass. I just do honeydews all the time. I look really forward to my time with my grandson. Not that I didn't do a lot with my kids. We did and tried to cherish every moment with that. But you do all that and work every day. I don't know how we did what we did. Now with a big deep breath, my grandson's going to be covered up with attention. With the kids, when they graduated school, one of the biggest statements I made to them is tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. Friday morning will be the first day of the rest of my life. It gets kind of teary-eyed if you're not careful. So look forward to it. It's scary. It is the first day of the rest of my life. And
That's all you know.
and I'm not going to sleep till noon. I'm just not one of those. I just look forward to it, and it's the best decision I've ever made, but one of the hardest ones I ever made too. So, really look forward to it.
So if you could sum up your 50 years at Stowers Machinery in one sentence, what would it be?
One sentence in my 50-year career. Golly, man. What a ride it's been. I'd do it again.